Shirley Muldowney is the story of this Top Fuel Eliminator category for this popular hot rodding race. She had the misfortune yesterday of having a malfunction in the right rear wheel. The car ran off the course during qualifying. A lot of hard work overnight and a lot of help from her friends have put her back on the course. And right now, Shirley Muldowney heads into the finals for the second year in a row at this popular hot rodding championship. If you should win the race, Shirley, you'll be the first one to ever repeat 2 years in a row, right?
I didn't know that.
Here's Jeb Allen, the man you just defeated.
Dave, thanks.
We're there.
Thanks, Dave.
Shirley, you have had a lot of hard work. Ron Tobler and your son, John Muldowney, your crew have done a masterful job in putting this car back together. I don't have any idea as they come up. John, what was the time? 5:95, and you are really favored going into this final against Big.
Yeah, I like it. Good. That's a good one to have in the final. Let's see. Let's hope we take it home to Mount Clemens.
You've had a lot of luck here in the past few months against Don Garlitz. I know it has been, that's the man that you really like to beat, and you've had an exceptionally good string against him in the past couple of months.
Everybody has their fair share of luck, but the car has flat run good this year, and we flat got by him a lot of times that people don't know about in smaller races. But he's good, but we're good too, and that's what it takes. Make a good drag race.
You certainly are, and right now you're proving you're one of the best by the 5:95 here in the semifinals. You've got work to do, and our congratulations to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dave.
Okay, Shirley Muldowney and her crew head back to the pits. It'll be Don Garlitz and Shirley in the finals of Top Fuel Eliminator here at the Popular Hot Rodding Championship.
Pro Stock semifinals opened with Jim Canette's Volare warming his tires and testing traction in the left lane as Andy Manarino's Firebird approaches the starting line on the right. Both cars leap from the starting line, and Canette goes into the final with a winning 8.74-second ET at 153 miles per hour. Pro Stock semifinal action closes with a confrontation between the season's two strongest competitors, Bob Glidden's Fairmont on the right, and Lee Shepard in the Rare and Morrison Camaro entry in the left lane. The crowd comes to their feet as both cars approach the starting beam. Glidden stages first as Shepard slowly approaches. Both cars lead, with Shepard appearing to have a slight advantage. In the mid-range, both cars are together, but Shepard seems to encounter mechanical difficulty, and Glidden goes on for the win with an 8.53-second elapsed time and a speed of 158 miles an hour. Semifinals in Pro Comp, cars much like the nitro-fueled dragsters and funny cars, but restricted to alcohol fuel, opens with Don Gerardo in the right lane and Fred Mandolini on the left. Gerardo opens up an early lead and goes into the final with a 6.65-second ET at 205 miles per hour. Pro Comp semifinals close with Don Nimmo in the Baines & Baines dragster against Bob Gottschalk's Citation funny car. Nimmo's dragster obviously has serious problems, as smoke is billowing from the left bank of his engine. Nimmo quickly stages first, hoping to rush Gottschalk into making a mistake. Both cars leave the line together, but the ailing dragster quickly falls behind, and Gottschalk sets low elapsed time of the event with an outstanding 6.63-second run. Before we return to the professional finals with Don Garlitz versus Shirley Muldowney and Bob Glidden versus Jim Canette, let's take a look at the winning runs in the sportsman categories. In Stock Eliminator, cars much like you and your neighbors drive, Pam Sanders of Evansville, Indiana, in a Volare on the left, faces John Lambrexty of Allendale, Michigan, in a Camaro in the right lane. These cars will use a handicap start on the electronic Christmas tree starting system. This means that the slower class car will receive a head start equal to the difference in the national record of the two categories. This allows cars of many different classes to race equally within one eliminator bracket. Lambrexty stages as Pam Sanders stages very slowly. Lambrexty fouls at the starting line, and Pam Sanders goes on for the automatic win with a 12.76-second ET at 104 miles an hour. In Superstock Eliminator, Bill Haynes Chevrolet breaks out as Bill Weekley's Coronet goes on in the near lane for the win in 10.29 seconds at 128 miles per hour. In Modified Eliminator, Canadian Alan Harsh's Corvette in the left lane defeats destroyed Wooford's Mazda with a run of 9.58 seconds at over 140 miles an hour. In a close pro gas final, Phil Rudeboat in the near lane is declared the winner over Jim Eskridge in the far lane with a winning 10.21 ET. In competition eliminator, Dick Hickernell's dragster on the left faces Joe Williamson's roadster in the right lane. In an exceptionally close run, Williamson wins in 8.59 seconds at 150 miles an hour. In the Pro Comp final, Bob Gottschalk of Oregon, Ohio in the Citation racing in the right lane faces the Mustang of Don Gerardo of Monroeville, Indiana on the left. At this point, Gottschalk, who set low elapsed time of the event for Pro Comp at 6.63 seconds, would seem to be the favorite. Gerardo grabs a starting line advantage and goes on to win Pro Comp Eliminator in 6.68 seconds at 207 miles per hour. We'll be back to the 12th Annual Popular Hot Rodding Championships in just a moment. Proven performers like baseball superstar Reggie Jackson rely on Axle for all of their automotive ignition needs. While on the road, Reggie relies on Axle coils, points, spark plugs, and spark plug wires to keep his vehicles running at peak performance. Reggie took a tip from the professional racers that depend on Axle's traveling technical center. So take a tip from Reggie for all types of driving, street or strip, boulevard or backwoods. Depend on Axle. In the professional finals, we find Jim Cadet on the left facing last year's world champion Bob Glidden in the right lane. Both cars leave the line together, and Glidden goes on to record a winning run of 8.58 seconds at 151 miles per hour. Glidden's run wasn't as easy as it appeared, as you will see in this view from our down-track camera. Notice Glidden's car move to the left, then dart toward the outside guardrail before he finally brings it under control. Dave McClellan is waiting at the turnaround to talk to Bob.
The champion of Pro Stock Eliminator at the 12th Annual Popular Hot Rodding Championships, carrying the big number one in the world and also number one here at Martin, Michigan, is Bob Glidden. Bob waving a sign to Jim Canet, his competition. Bob, you've had a rather hectic weekend.
It's been a rough week. We've all traveled a lot of miles, and it's been a long week.
Just to tell the fans a little bit about it, you started off here qualifying on Friday. In fact, last week you were up in Montreal, Canada. The race got rained out. Came back down here, qualified Friday for the number one spot. You picked up a special award for that. Then you went back to Canada, right? How many miles did you travel all told this weekend?
Well, let's see. It's about 800 miles one way. So we qualified Friday night, went 800 miles up, ran the race, and came back last night.
Well, yesterday it was runner-up for you. Today it's winner, and I think you like this a little better, right?
Oh, it's great. Anytime you win, it's worth all the miles, all the hard work, and whatever it takes.
Our congratulations to you, Bob Glidden, Pro Stock champion.
Thank you, Dave.
Now the grand finale of the 12th Annual Popular Hot Rodding Championships, featuring Shirley Muldowney of Mount Clemens, Michigan, the only woman licensed to drive a top fuel dragster. Not merely content to be the fastest woman in the sport, Shirley won the World Championship in 1977. Facing Shirley is Big Daddy Don Garlett of Seffner, Florida. Garlett is a legend in drag racing, with career earnings of millions of dollars and titles from virtually every major race. Garlett is a favorite wherever he goes. Both cars move to the starting area with Garlett's on your left and Muldowney on your right. In this race, Shirley is considered to have an advantage, having recorded an elapsed time of 5.95 seconds in the previous round. Garlett's a KG veteran will have to hope that his tuning adjustments have been correct, since his last run was almost 0.4 of a second slower than Muldowney's. As both cars back toward the starting area, the crowd can sense the pressure that is building on both drivers. This is a race that would be a headliner at any drag strip in the country. The liberated woman against the grand old man of the sport. Shirley Muldowney and Don Garlett are moving into position for the all-important final race of the Popular Hot Rodding Championships. The most successful female racer and the drag racing legend stage for the final race of the event. Both cars appear to leave the line together, but Shirley gets there first with an ET of 5.96 seconds as both scoreboards show identical elapsed times. Control tower electronic readouts indicate that Shirley was actually 1/1000th of a second slower, but a slight starting line advantage got her to the finish line first. At the turnaround, Dave McClellan talks to a victorious Shirley Muldowney.
A rather hectic weekend. We'll wait till you get your helmet off. It's a little tough to talk.
I couldn't see where it was going.
Said it's all fogged up. The humidity here with all the rain and everything else has been something tough. And, of course, you and your crew, the story is just incredible from the situation with the qualifying session of yesterday with the broken wheel, with every problem that you could think of. But today, you're the repeat champion.
Wow.
596 is a pair? Yes.
I felt it.
What you're hearing here is the conversation that goes on between the crew and the driver after every run, discussing what is and what is not right about the engine.
Yeah, well, usually when we get back to the pits, Dave, they're so busy I don't get a chance to talk to them. So we try to get everything said down here when it's fresh in my mind. Mm-hmm. And then we don't forget anything. I think I was a little better on the light.
Were you happy with the run?
Oh, yeah. I felt it go away a little bit about three-quarter track, but it just kept on pulling. And I said, well, here we go. I think we're on the way home.
Well, you are the first time ever in 12 years of the Popular Hot Rodding Championship to be the repeat Top Fuel champion. There are people who, like Don, who has won it 3 times before, but you're the only person ever to repeat back-to-back.
I'll be darned. Well, you know, we have 3 national events, NHRA style, back-to-back, which I think is still a record, but this is where I ran my first 5. And it is an incredible racetrack as far as traction and facility and safety. Well, we proved that yesterday.
Right.
The safety people here are great. We're happy. Now we've got to go home, put some Band-Aids on the front end.
Okay, Shirley Muldowney, she won it all, the Top Fuel champion at the PHRA. Thank you.
With over 40,000 fans in attendance and $227,600 in prize money distributed to the racers, the 12th annual Popular Hot Rodding Championships have been a rousing success. Let's go to Dave McClellan for a final recap.
This was one of those weekends in championship drag racing. The event, the Popular Hot Rodding Championship, kicked off on Friday. Intermittent showers continued throughout the entire weekend, and then on Sunday, we had to shut down several times because of the rain and then dry the track. But as often happens, when the last race car goes down the track, the sun pops out. And that's just what happened here at Martin US 131. The big story of this event, Shirley Muldowney crashing her car on Saturday with a lot of help from her friends and a lot of hard work by her crew. She won in a Cinderella finish over Big Daddy Don Garlett's the Top Fuel title to become the first person ever to win 2 Top Fuel titles in a row at a PHR championship. Funny car Ron Colson under the lights with a King's Hawaiian Bread special of Roland Leong taking the measure in the funny car eliminator category. In Pro Stock, it is Bob Glidden, your champion here at Martin US 131. This is Dave McClellan saying so long for now.
The 12th annual Popular Hot Rodding Championships has been brought to you by Axel, the quality leader in automotive ignition components. King's Hawaiian Bread, the favorite of the island. Hurst Shifters, the shifters that auto enthusiasts have depended on for years. Quaker State Motor Oil, America's best-selling motor oil. And Sigerson Cams. Sigerson has a camshaft for your engine.